What's up, guys? So today I got something in the mail from Pocket Strop. Essentially, it is a case for the Pocket Strop. All right, I did a video on this a while back. I do like these quite a bit. I don't actually carry these in my pocket. I don't have a need to have a strap with me. And plus, as you guys know, when I do my EDC updates, which I'll do another one soon, there's no room for something like this. This is something that I think is beneficial if you have storage issues, if you want to keep something in like a toolbox or something like that. It's obviously way more convenient than a full-size strap. That's why I like the Pocket Strops, but Pocket Strop has more of a better ring than, you know, a small convenient strap or tiny strap or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's got a good ring to it, but I don't literally carry it in my pocket. Some of you guys might do that if you carry a very minimal EDC or something like that. Or if you're just cutting so much that you have a need to strop out and about. But I don't. So I like these just because they're compact. I like the stiff backing as well. But a lot of people complained that people who do actually carry these, that the stropping compound is going to rub inside your pants and get all over the place and make a mess, which is totally understandable. Again, because I didn't carry this, you know, on me everywhere I go, I never had that issue. However, they did come up with a case. I'm going to read the letter that came with this in a second. These cases are literally to house the strops. So I did use this a little bit today and I want to talk about it a little bit. So first, here's the letter that came with this. Dear Jeff, we want to thank you for your video on our products. Your opinion has helped grow our company a tremendous amount. We've noticed that a lot of your viewers asked for a strap cover so they could EDC them without concern of the compound rubbing off. We finally developed and released a cover for our single-sided strops. We've included one for you to try out. These are 3D printed, same as our strap bases. We'd also like to offer your viewers 5% off of any order from their website, which is a big cartel link. I'll put that in the description box if you guys want to check it out. So the code is CUTLERYLOVER, and that's for 5% off if you guys are interested in these. So because I'm not carrying this out and about, it's just basically the convenience of storing this somewhere without having this stropping compound rubbing on stuff. Now I happen to keep these in a drawer, and in that drawer has other sharpening things, and I don't really care so much about the compound coming off. It's not that big of a deal. But if you wanted to keep this in a nicer area where you don't want that actually transmitting on things, that's certainly, you know, a consideration. As far as the fit, it fits very nicely. When I did put this in here, you could see it's not really snug, but it's not loose either. So it's friction fit in there. It's not going to fall out. However, the first thing I noticed is that it is rubbing a little of that compound off on the inside of the holder. All right, so something to consider. I do like they have the cutout here. I don't think that, I mean, my first thought was maybe that this, you know, compound might kind of shake off if there's loose bits or dust or anything like that. I don't think that's going to happen. So let's take a closer look at this. You can see there is hardware. All right, there's Phillips head screws. So they printed two halves and then connect them together with the hardware. And of course the logo is, you know, missing or cut out. It's not really cut out since it wasn't printed in the first place, but you know what I'm saying. On both sides, all right, so when the strop's in there, you know, it's legible. You can read Pocket Strops, and even easier on the back. It's pretty cool. As far as like the actual finish, I mean, because it's 3D printed, it's not perfect. There are, if I take this out, I can see a little bit better. There's some plastic strings, you know, during the 3D printing process. Maybe a couple little gaps here and there. It's actually a very, very smooth finish. I think that they probably sand these down or polish them up or something. I mean, it feels very, very smooth and plasticky. It doesn't have any kind of like grip, except for, you know, where the cutouts are. The outside does feel like almost like the raw material. So they probably put a really high sandpaper or something and finish both sides. If you're someone who's actually carrying these in your pocket, I think it's pretty cool. They sell these for like $16. I can honestly say I would never have bought one because I don't actually carry it out and about. I never had plans to. I do think that they're super convenient because they're small. I think strops are a huge thing if you're going to be into knives, if you're going to be carrying them and using them all the time. As I mentioned a million times before, stropping up your edge really prevents you from having to sharpen your knives quite often. Even if I'm using an EDC for 2 or 3 weeks, day in and day out, I'm doing extra cutting at home for testing, I don't have to necessarily sharpen it. I mean, depending on the steel. If it's a softer steel, it usually gets dull fairly quick, but I'll have a couple passes on a strop and it, you know, gets back to that kind of factory edge. I mean, it really does make your life a lot easier, strops in general. So, I mean, overall, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. You know, if you want to store your pocket strop and not have to worry about that compound touching stuff, then this might be something you're interested in. I personally don't have a need for it, so I would never purchase anything like this. But just because I'm not interested doesn't mean that you guys won't be. I know plenty of you guys did pick up the pocket straps. They are very cool. I do love them. I just don't have a need for a case like this. As far as pricing, I mean, time's money. It's 3D printed. It's a very small company, so it's gonna take a while to actually produce a bunch of these for sale. I'd like to see them at like $5. I think that's what more people would buy these for, about $5 or so. But hey, I mean, it's not my decision. So I'm just here to tell you what it is. From my experience, I did put this in my pocket. It actually carries pretty comfortable, but I'll never have room or will decide to, you know, carry this as opposed to the other stuff that I carry. But hey, still want to make a video on it anyway. Just tell anyone out there who may be interested in it that it exists. It's a thing. And again, a thank you to John for sending this just for me to try out. There's a lot of stuff that I get to use that I don't necessarily have a need or want for, but it's interesting to try things and of course, you know, let other people know that it exists in case they're interested. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a wonderful day. And down in the comments, let me know if you regularly strop your EDC knives. And if you don't, let me know how often you have to sharpen them. Be interesting feedback. So have a good one, guys, and I will see you tomorrow with another video.